Yeah. So, like I was saying, a lot of times people complain and they say, "What do you guys want? What can we do to fix this?" Like people, like they literally, when they see protesting and riots, they're like, all they always want to say is, tell us what you want." It should be the same shit you want. And in all honesty, it should be the same thing you want. Unless when people say that, they don't understand. They basically saying like, we don't know why y'all protest. We don't get it. Because when you say, tell us what you want to fix it, you're saying that there ain't no fixing it because you keep asking us, what can we do to fix it? Shouldn't you already know? If you understand, if you saying we understand, like we get the problem, like what can we do to fix it? You don't get it still. You're just proving the point that you just don't get it. But for the people that need more guidance, more understanding, what are some of the things that you want to see change uh, in order to make you feel like you that you don't need to protest, you don't need to cause riots anymore, or for lack of better words?
I still want my 40 acres of the mule. I think we owed that.
Yeah, it's not
get some type of reparations.
That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you.
It's probably impossible. It's probably too expensive. But a little bit of something to be able to, or never pay taxes again for all Black people. All Black people should never have to pay taxes again through our life or for the next 500 years. Other than that, it's kind of hard to, unless you want to go. But then that's like some other shit, because then you got to go into like every part of the system, and then they have to allow us to be able to become our own type, like teach us how to own land, stuff like that. Because they're not going to give it to us. It ain't a lot of land being made. They own half of them. And the ones that's available all got trees and shit. So they're trying to figure out how to own that shit. But like, they got to give us a different way, a better, give her a higher percentage to accomplish a better life in the economy.
All right, let's focus more on the stop police brutality. What things in place would you want in place in order to change that experience?
Like I said before, I told you how they used to have it. Like, if I think police got to live in the neighborhood and the community that they serve in. I feel like it's only right. I feel like it will lessen that, because when you feel unsafe, it will, or you put in a place where people know where you live at, you're more inclined not to be too aggressive like most of the cops are. Because I've been stopped by a lot of cops. Most of them are overly aggressive. Like, and if, I'm pretty sure if they lived in the same neighborhood as me, they probably wouldn't be like that. They would actually try to talk to me. They would actually try to get to know me. They would actually explain why this and this is happening. What's wrong with this? What happened? What went wrong? But these cops, they coming from somewhere else, and they're just like, look at this is bad, this is bad, and they think they fixing something because they don't live there, not knowing that's the nature of the community.
Yeah, so for me, like I kind of I understand that. I would say most people don't know cops. Growing up, I didn't know that many cops. So, and then when you hear about like, why do you think systemic racism still exists and whatnot? Because it's too many first year cops, second generation cops, third generation cops. For my uncle's on the force, and my father was the chief of police. My sister's on the force. Like, damn, like y'all whole family just aligned on the force, huh? So y'all perpetuate over and over again. Nobody else really got hella family members from the inner city that's on the force. Like, could you imagine if you knew somebody in the district attorney's office? Like that's crazy. Like, the mayor of Atlanta, I think when those two kids from the school, from like, I think Spelman, whatever, the girl and the guy.
One of them for Spelman, the other one for Morehouse.
Yeah. When that situation happened to them, when it was brutally beaten by officers and tased and literally I'm feared for their life. You know what happened? Somebody sent a message to the mayor, because they knew the mayor and they said, "Hey, I know those kids. They're good kids." That was not necessary. So you know what happened because they knew the mayor? They got him the fuck out of there. Officers gone, fired, desk duty. Because when you
they shouldn't even be there.
but
It should be security.
The point of it is this: when you know somebody, when you have somebody that could vouch, like if an officer vouches for another person to another officer, 99% of the time they're gonna go, all right, my fellow officer says, they know you this and that. All right, cool. We're gonna treat you a little different. We're gonna be less hostile to you. Because a lot of times they're gonna say, I don't know you. I'm protecting myself. I don't know you. You need to know every damn body in the community.
Yeah.
That should be a requirement. You need to know everybody in the community. You ain't got to be their friend, but you need to know everybody in the community. It need to.
So what you said, they should have some type of community service hours before they actually get out there on the street? Because that would make good sense.
Well, 100%. 100%. They have to engage in that community before they get to put their badge on. You can't put the badge on and then go to the community. Nah, that's a no-go. You have to engage and have a certain amount of hours in that community, engage in that community. I don't give a damn if you stand in the middle of the goddamn street of that community and nobody wants to talk to you. You're going to have to stand there for all them hours. But I bet you're likely to engage with people because you're like, damn, I'm going to be in this area and possibly dealing with these people. I need to know these people. Like it needs to be, like you said, it needs to be a requirement for them to actually know these people. But what I was saying, like, they knew the mayor. The mayor got right on it. Oh, that's a no-go. We're not having that. Same thing that happened when the officers, the two people that happened to murder another man in Georgia, the DA, he had to recuse himself because he knew the people.
Yeah.
Damn, like all this knowing people stuff, and we don't know nobody. Every time like we in trouble, we don't know nobody. We don't have no voice. You know what I mean? So it's not community. When they say I've been serving my community for 30 years, what community is that?
I mean, they've been on the force for 30
years.
Like
stop lying. You know what I mean? But to stay on topic as far as other changes, when an officer, in my opinion, when an officer murders anybody and you sue, the city don't get charged no more. They need to charge their pension. They need to charge their retirement. They need to charge them personally. So when you get sued and the officer gets sued, they come out of the whole department's retirement pension plan. And what that is going to do, because at this point, let me be very clear. You can't stop racism. I don't believe racism can be stopped.
Not at all.
So I'm not trying to stop racism. I don't care. But we going to have to incentivize you to do your motherfucking job at this point. Like, because when you incentivize, I'll give you an example. I was telling somebody this the other day. Let's say you worked at Radio Shack, right? And a perfect example because they're not in business no more. But let's say you worked at Radio Shack and they said, we going to pay you $700 every 2 weeks plus an $800 bonus based on your customer service skills. You know what's going to happen when people walk in the register? Hey, how you doing, man? So glad to see you coming in.
Say hello.
Hey, listen. But watch this. Your coworker who didn't smile at that last customer, when he come back and see you, you're going to be like, why wasn't you smiling? Like, why wasn't you engaging with that customer? Like, that's one of our customers. You need to make sure they have the best experience possible because they've been incentivized. You know what I mean? Anytime you see somebody incentivized to do something and there's money involved, boy, they sure happen to be real nice, don't they? And that's how I feel like law enforcement need to be treated to a certain degree. I don't want to put out that language to the sense of like you're incentivizing with money for them not to kill you. It's sad that you would have to do that, but there has to be a repercussion to a point where people like are incentivized to tell other officers, hey, I'll give you an example. If I'm on my 20th year in the force, right? 22nd year, whatever. I got like 3 years to retire, right? I'm looking at my pension. And I'm like, 3 years ago, baby. Somebody do some stupid stuff and my pension go down. I'm hot. So you know what that means? Anytime an officer come to the force, hey, how you doing? Hey, yeah, I'm retired a couple years. I'm keep my eye on you. Don't do this. I bet not see you doing this. I bet not see you acting like this. Nah, we don't do that over here in this department. They're going to be on them from the jump. They're going to make sure every officer to come in like, nah, we're not having that. We're not going to have none of these stupid people. They're not going to allow you to impact their livelihood, their pension, their money to feed their family by you doing stupid stuff. Everything better be on the up buddy. I promise you, they will police themselves.
I feel like you should have to pay a certain amount of money to become a cop. Like, it takes about 20,000 to be a hairstylist. Like, the year that they're in the academy, they should have to pay for that. Like school. Like, I think it would change the way they look at it financially, because you paying to do this service, so it might entice it differently a little bit.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people that's hairstylists that don't. They did everything until, like, you're not official until you pay it, like, and you take the test, but you in debt a certain amount of money. So when you pay for that, and then you're official, and then you can be able to take your last test, and then you pass your test, and then you can have your badge. But you paid all that back, and then that go into the budget of the department. That $20,000 going to the budget from everybody because you paid to be here.
That's interesting. I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea because it's hard enough to get cops in general as it is now. So I don't know, but that's interesting. I don't know if we can charge them to become an officer because obviously some departments are even understaffed and they can't, afford to put them on the force now. But that's interesting. But the only issue I would have with that is if you're rich and you're a racist, I will pay for you to be on the department. See, that's my one issue. So, like, if it costs $100,000 to get on the force and you saved up $100,000, and then this guy who's a racist just pay you $100,000 for you, then you on the force to operate as he would like you to operate. So, I don't necessarily like that when I think about the ramifications of it. But I'm just standing on what changes we want to see made. Like, I want to see perfect example. Somebody was talking about it. I forgot who was speaking about this, but. A lot of my ideas that I've been thinking about, I never put out there because other people been saying it, so I'm like, oh, that's dope. Like, I see people on the same wavelength. Like, when people do their background, they should be. And look, this will make them feel very insecure. They should be interviewed by minorities, people of color.
Like a panel.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Wait. Should it be like a panel of the district that they're serving, the community? Like, in every community, there should be a panel?
Yeah. I don't have the exact specifics, but I'm giving, like, a possibility to where someone can hear this and they go, oh, I like that idea. What if you do this? And your voice may just be enough to spark the idea. So that's how I think about it. But let's just say you're on a panel. If I talk to somebody for, like, 5 to 10 minutes, I generally know if they're a mother or not. When it comes to a woman, I generally know if she's a woman or not. Like, I'm really good at, like, oh, this woman got kids. Like, you literally talk to somebody 5 to 10 minutes, you understand a lot about it. Because the same thing with racist people. Black people know racist people from a mile away. I'm just being real. Like, you can't.
You can't fake that.
You can't fake that.
No conversation.
Yeah, and how we pick that panel obviously is important because you don't want just someone having so much power over who get to police the community and,
Definitely, but I'm definitely going to always want to put one felon in there for surely. It must be. It's a must.
Yeah. But obviously you want to pick certain people of certain ilk that's respected amongst people of that community and be like, yeah, like this the guy we nominate to do the review. And they want to speak with this individual. Spend some time with them. I don't care how long that introduction is, but I promise you this. Actually, you know what? Skip Bayless actually said something like this. Probably with Skip. He was like, "They gonna slip up. If you interview somebody a bunch of different times, they gonna slip up and it's gonna come out. Like, you can only hide your interior and how you feel about somebody for so long. And then just the simple fact that you have to interview in front of a minority to get your job will tell us how you feel. Like, how dare we have to interview in front of a minority to get this job? It'll tell me how you think. But if you cool with it, if you deal with it, you know what I mean? It'll also let me know how you think.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's another thing that I think that should be implemented. But I think when people think that we just complaining and I don't have no outlandish things that can't be done. I want to say, like you heard, you know, the Amber Alert, right?
Yeah.
You know that how that all got started, right?
Some little girl named Amber back in the day.
Yeah, some little girl named Amber back in the day, like in the 90s, 96, something like that. She was found murdered and obviously signs of she was violated basically. And I think there was a congressman who was just outraged at the situation, along with a lot of people in the community. And her death, she was a white girl, her death, that one white girl, her death caused the Amber Alert to be established. And also the national, I think they implemented like the national sex offenders list or registry or something like that the president signed into law. And I bring it up to say this: we want when a black life is taken, we want that much impact to happen. Like every time, like that girl's memory is alive forever without people knowing, just based on the fact that every time your phone go off, Amber Alert pop up. She wasn't the first girl that was kidnapped. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't the first girl that was violent, but her death made an impact and it changed it. We want our lives to matter as much as that girl's life matter, and to change. You can change. You can change laws. You can. We don't want to wait. Like they would say, just be patient. Things have changed over the years. We always got to be patient. Be patient. We'll get to you. Don't you know that some of the most Karens out in this world are the most impatient ever? They have no patience at all. Well, I just seen a video where this white lady literally was mad at the ambulance for blocking her car in.
Oh yeah, I seen that one. She was talking to a cop, huh?
The cop told her, "You gonna wait." The cop had to let her know, like, "Yes, you is gonna wait. Like, you must be crazy." But the audacity of a stab victim that they was attending to, and your car was blocked in, and you wasn't having that. Like, don't tell us to be patient when you can't be patient for a stab victim. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Like, we not been patient. Like, we've been patient long enough.
Been too patient.
Essentially. And I think the truth is they just don't want it. They just don't want black people in America. I think they genuinely just don't want us here. And they
bank on our patience. I think they bank on our forgiveness. We forgive too much, bro. I hate it. I hate that motherfuckers forgive too much.
But here's the thing. They don't realize this internet has destroyed a lot of the systems they put in place. People have been balling, getting rich off the internet, but now we can see everything y'all did to us. Like when Joe Biden is on the congressional floor talking about the crime bill in the 90s, we need to put him in jail. Da, 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 da. We like, Joe, you know you said this, right? Now, we replaying the video like, we see that now. Like back then, we would have never knew he said that. So y'all done messed up because everything y'all do is clear. All the evidence is there. We go back and pull up you know what they'll say? That was my view 20 years ago. And you know what? That's fine. That was your view 20 years ago. Highly questionable. Seem a little racist. But maybe your views changed. So when a guy do a crime 20 years ago, it need to be off his record. That's 20 years. And at a certain point, if a certain person, I don't care what the crime is, at a certain point of time, unless it involves children, that you know what I mean, that crime need to be gone. Unless it involves children, that crime need to be gone. It's been 20 years. I don't want to hear it no more because we got to let go of the stuff y'all said 20 years ago. We can't hold y'all accountable for somehow y'all changed, right? The person went to jail, followed the rules of the law, and they have rehabilitated. So that's 20 years ago. Wash it off that record. You can't judge them on that no more. That's what I need. That's what I would like to be seen done as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the prison system is okay. Think about this. This is how crazy it is. I just thought about this. If the prisons is filled and they filled with blacks, right? And we know prisons is big industry, right? I know I would go on to a rant, but maybe somebody will understand this. What you think gonna happen if black people gone? Who they gonna put in the prisons next?
Mexicans.
So let me be clear. When people, and I want people, and I hope some friends see this and they really pay attention to this. I know y'all see like, man, black people, like they grow up in the projects, they're violent. I really want to get this point across. It's designed for them to be violent. If we're filling the prisons, which is a for-profit organization, and it's filled with blacks, Pac said in the song, the prisons is full and they filled with blacks. And we all know that's a fact. Who are they going to put in prison after us? If let's just say y'all get rid of black people because y'all tired of us, whatever. Y'all finally got rid of us. Got us out of here. We ain't in America no more, right? Woohoo, all the crime go away? No. Now somebody else is getting picked on. Even worse. So what y'all don't understand is we're the guinea pigs. This is what y'all don't understand. Like, and if every other race is gone, then white people gonna do it to other white people next. It's just gonna be the elites. Y'all gonna be in like they'll do it to y'all too, or they won't let us leave. The reason, but my point is this: it's amazing, and I really want y'all to really pay attention. It's amazing how people really think that black people are more violent than white people. I'm gonna give you an example. When did black people become so violent? Do you remember? I don't even want you to respond. I'm just doing that. Do you remember when black people used to get smacked in the face by white people, and we'd be terrified.
Dogs biting them.
We'd be terrified for our life, and we wouldn't hit them back. We wouldn't hit them back. They hang our kids right in front of us. We wouldn't hit them and do nothing.
We wouldn't even kill them.
So I want y'all
level of fear, bro.
I want y'all to understand. When did we become so violent? All of a sudden, we just woke up one day and said, "We're not going to take it anymore. We're just tough." Think. I want you intelligent minds to think. That's impossible. All of a sudden, we're not taking it anymore. No, they created environments to turn hostile and violence. They created these environments for us. They had already created an environment. I'm trying to get you this point across where we wouldn't break no damn laws. Think about this. Why is it okay? Why did we start breaking laws from being people who would never, ever break the laws ever? Think about this. Why would we go from, we work for a slave, master paying? We would say things like, "Master, is we hurt?" And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just being genuine. We would be beaten so severely mentally. We would feel pain for somebody who we physically don't feel pain for. That would be our response. So, and we wouldn't even raise a hand to them. And all of a sudden, y'all like, these black people in these ghettos is violent. How did we get so violent? What year was it? Somebody please put it down in the comments. What year black people became so violent that they was just so brave that they could beat up on white people all of a sudden? There was a systematic creation for that to occur. If you're an intelligent mind, you know that's what happened.
Their history in violence is longer than ours.
But the point of it is this: when did we become so violent? I really want somebody to do the research. 1960s, so black people just all of a sudden violent. Listen, when segregation was,
I'll say after Rodney King got beat.
Listen, bro, when segregation was still around, bro, they was still jealous. We used to go to jail for being homeless. They freed us. We didn't have any property, and then we went to jail for being homeless. Do y'all not understand how crazy? And I know some of y'all want to say stupid things like, "That's so old, it ain't like that no more." Why isn't it like that no more? Out of the kindness of...
As much as I love him, your nephew told me slavery is over with. It ain't it don't happen no more. Ain't no more slavery.
Slavery still exists in jails. It's legal.
That's what I explained. That gray area that motherfuckers created. But go ahead, continue.
I know, but I'm just saying, I really want someone to really think, all of a sudden, black people are the most violent people in America. The guys...
Violent for the last 10 years, bro. They got 400 plus years on us.
I just want somebody to tell me the year we thought it was okay to fight back against the slave masters or the ex-slave masters or the ex-boss owners. We were scared in the early, before the 60s happened, I guess we was terrified. Like, they come in, our community slapped the shit out of a black guy, we wouldn't hit him back. We'd be like, no, don't hit him. We terrified. All of a sudden, one day, we just said, we gonna become violent now. We the most violent people in America. Like, anybody with an intelligent mind know that's impossible. Anybody. But that's the craziest part that exists, that people still think that we're the most violent people in America to this day. And that's what really hurts the most. Like, they really believe that, like, damn, black people, like, we believe y'all the most violent people in the world. And it's because, like I said, they flood these media screens with negative views of black people, negative images of black people. Like, and then they show black people that your life don't mean nothing by constantly showing you murdered on camera and nothing happened. But they don't show any footage. I want to ask you, people that watch this, if you've ever seen news channels flooded with images of innocent, mind you, remember, George Floyd was found that, I think he got accused of either a fake check or a fake bill or something like that. And it wasn't even fake. But anyway.
It was a fake $20 bill, supposedly.
And then and maybe it wasn't fake or maybe it was. I don't know. But we all know, like, federally, come on, like, that ain't even $500. But the point of it is this. The point of it is this. Where are these videos? Why are not other cultures flooded with these videos of death of their own people in their eyes? In America. I'm not saying in other countries they don't see this. That's not my focus. We focusing on America. I can only focus on the problems we have right here. I can't focus on other country problems because America, the greatest place in the world to be, so a lot of people feel. But it blows my mind that people really think like that. I really want y'all to really come up and let me know, like, yeah, black people decided to fight back in 1961. They had enough of this stuff and they start fighting back. Like, there had to be an environment created for us to fight back. We didn't have no mental breakthrough, but that's what I'm saying. I also want to ask you a question. What would you tell your friends or allies, as they starting to call them in this amount of time, of what they can do to support?
I don't got that many friends that ain't black, but I mean, I got a couple Filipino friends, and support is just saying anything, spreading knowledge, spreading where you get your knowledge from other black sources. The word, like they would say in church, the word, where you get your word from. Like, where are you looking at? Who are you looking to get your information from nowadays? Like, because that matters. And I think this is gonna change at a certain level when it comes to the internet. Like, I feel like media is about to change, like, big. Like, where everybody, all the old people look at the news and shit, like, we young. We're not looking at that. Somebody's going to create an app to where it's instant and it's live. So whether it's a black person dying, that we going to see motherfuckers repeatedly doing something live. Like, not just black people.
That's Facebook. Facebook got that on lock.
I mean, they do, but it's somewhere where it's going to come down to it, and it's going to be black media. Black media is going to take over. It's going to be some point where that is going to be the new norm.
Like people got to understand, no matter what anybody want to say about black people, we take the challenges head on. We don't ask for handouts. That's the crazy part. Y'all focus on some people that abuse the system, but y'all remember more white people on welfare than anybody. You never talk about them. We abuse the system now. The system was made for white people. The welfare system was not made for black people. But I digress off of that point. My point is simple. Every time y'all said we couldn't do something, we proved y'all wrong. Every time. Y'all can't read. Yes, we can. Y'all can't be lawyers. Yes, we can. With all the obstacles, we the only people. I'm not saying there ain't Asian lawyers, just that. We the only people that have had to overcome these issues in America. I don't care what y'all happened in y'all native country. Y'all didn't overcome them problems over there. Let me be clear about that. Y'all didn't overcome them problems that y'all had in y'all third world countries that y'all complain about. Hey, in my country, y'all didn't overcome that. Y'all came here. So don't complain to us or don't come to us talking about we've been through worse, but y'all didn't overcome. Y'all came here to get ahead. So understand the difference that y'all was over in another country and y'all was struggling and it was hard and y'all couldn't succeed. Y'all couldn't accomplish shit. So y'all came here. We have to accomplish things here. We have to overcome in the country that's suppressing us here. Y'all didn't overcome nothing in y'all country. So for all y'all immigrants that talk about, hey, my country, my grandparents came to America and from a country where they didn't overcome in their own country, their own suppression. So I bet y'all never thought about that. I bet y'all never thought about that perspective right there. Y'all did not overcome nothing in your own country where y'all been oppressed. We have. We're overcoming and we still fighting. We the only people that's fighting to overcome things in their own damn country continuously. No matter what happened to other people in other countries, like when you think of because people like to bring up, and I don't care about getting controversial. You know, I'm all for whatever happens. When they talk about Jews and the Nazis and all that, being a Jew is not a race. So let me be clear about that. Like you could be if you let's say you were in Nazi Germany and you weren't a Jew. How do they determine if you're a Jew? About your physical characteristics? Yeah, that's kind of how they went about it. But not everybody with those physical characteristics was a Jew. So like when you think about that, it's like, is a Jew a white person still? For the most part, yes. So y'all not fighting the actual race. I'm not talking about the Jews now. I'm just talking about in general. People are not fighting race wars. They're not fighting race battles in the countries that they're dealing with. Now, they have conflicts. Most of the time it's over religion. Most of their conflicts is over religion. But I'm just saying, y'all talk about black people need to stop complaining. My family did. They came here with nothing and they overcame. That's fine. They came here with nothing and they overcame. All kudos to you. Do it in your country. If you're so powerful, yeah, because you were suppressing your country. I just want to be clear, and you could take it as offensive as you want. I don't care. You were being suppressed in your country and you didn't overcome. I want to be clear about that. You didn't overcome. You came here to the country where we set in the layers for you to even be able to overcome. Remember that. We set the layers for you to be able to overcome. We pushed the laws for you to be like, hey, we want equality. We want to be able to go anywhere we go. Y'all didn't do that here. So when y'all did come here and the laws that we had set in place that you didn't fix, you didn't fight for, y'all was able to bubble off of that. And for the people who don't know, when we say bubble, that means able to be successful off of that. Remember that when you were suppressed and pushed down and had all these battles to overcome in your country where you did not overcome, you came here. So don't tell us that it's easy to overcome something in their own country. It's not. I just want to be clear about it. It's not. Like, that's the hardest battle, and y'all prove it because y'all came here. Now, the only thing y'all could say is for us to leave to another country to overcome potentially, but nobody's fighting this battle we fought. Nobody, ever. Is fighting this battle we fight.
Where can we go where we're not?
That's a question for another day. That's a question for another day. I'm gonna be perfectly candid with you. We know that where you're born at is part of your identity. I'm not saying it's who you completely are, but when think about it, most people never leave the city or the state that they was born in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of your identity. I asked him, if you had all the money in the world, where would you want to live? You would want to live in your home state.
LA. LA.
I know, but I'm saying you would want to live in your home. You would want to live in your home state or in one of the cities you grew up around because that's you. That's what created you. So that's what I'm saying. That's who you are. So we ain't really got nowhere to go because we don't know our history. That's another crazy thing. A lot of people that come here, as immigrants, y'all have history. Y'all know y'all history. All y'all can say is we African American. Y'all from Africa. Y'all not even 100% sure if that's true. You just going to say, yeah, it's the only thing that makes sense because that's the only place black people are really at. Okay.
In a couple more years, white people gonna be from Egypt.
I'm just saying, like, I just hate, and I just hate when people act like we whine and complain because these aren't real battles that we facing. Because they came out of this country. Now, let me be clear. The Jews face a real battle. Like they were really they were literally facing genocide. I'm literally talking about people that immigrated to this country that tell us, oh, you could do it. Like we did it. My grandparents came here with nothing. We were released as slaves with nothing. Do you not remember that? What slaves was released with something? Oh, yeah.
In their defense, it's a lot of people that just don't know the history. They don't. They so highly privileged that they don't need to know. That's where the disconnection comes from. They don't even need to know the history. Like I told you, like it was this one lady who literally watched the Harriet Tubman movement, and she was like, I didn't know what the Underground Railroad was. She was like 65. She didn't know what it was. She literally thought Harriet Tubman had a train. That shit was so mind-boggling to me. I'm like, what? She's like, I did not know. I didn't know. But it's some people who just do not know. There's also some who do not care. And majority just don't know and don't need to know. Yeah. Because they don't want to know, because they don't really, their life don't consist of hearing about these things on a regular.
Yeah. This is our show, so I can talk anyway, out of turn, whatever. I want to get back on what we could do as far as changes that we could make. I think it's very important that we do for ourselves as well as to the best of our ability. I want us to start creating our own hospitals. I want us to start creating our own supermarkets. Like, we need to have our own. Like that is the real truth. And I genuinely, what I in my mind, what could be done is I really want like 4 states. Like there's about 40 million, a little less than 40 million African Americans in this country. There are a couple states that we literally could just all migrate there and just go to work from there. Hey, build this out, this community, because we're segregated as it is. Like people like this, it's integration. We can go to the same restaurant, sure, but the communities that you're in are by large segregated. If you don't like the community, you can just move to another one. But I wanted to touch on, like, when you look at the school system and how you can't go to another, like this. There was a black parent that was jailed for sending her kid to a different school because she changed her address.
Is this the one in Atlanta?
I don't know. I don't remember exactly where it was. But just I know you know the case where there was a black lady who was jailed for sending her child to a better school, and she faked her address or changed her address so she could go to that school or whatever. Like, she went to jail for that. Why is there a law in place to prevent somebody from going to this? Is it because there's not enough slots in that school for somebody to go to that school, or is it taking a position from somebody else in that community? Do they know the exact amount of number of students that have to be implemented to that school in that community? Do they know?
No, but there's probably more amount of white people in that motherfucker.
Yes, because what they do is they use your zip code to kind of determine what school you should be able to go to for the most part. If it ain't a private school that you paying private tuition for, they use your zip code. So what that means is if white people, black people, Hispanic people, Asian people all in one community, then their school in their community is usually reflective of that community. But if all white people say, we don't want y'all going to school with us, we just going to move to another neighborhood, and then our kids get to go to the school and you ain't in this neighborhood with us, you can't go to this school with us. That's some of the issues that people have to do. We ain't going to be able to get the same education as them. Like, it's just so many there's so many hurdles to overcome that people just don't really get, and you're starting to see it's fed up. Like, just start asking questions. But I think what I've been seeing is a lot of white people been actually recording their conversation with their parents about what's going on, and you hearing how ignorant their parents are. I know some people that got ignorant parents, grandparents, and stuff. They like, and for the lack of better word, racist parents, racist grandparents. But then they got friends that are black and they don't feel the way their parents do, but they can't correct their parents. You know what I mean? Like my parents, that they believe what they believe. There's nothing I can do.
Mm-hmm.
You can constantly defend what's right all the time. You can constantly defend what's right all the time. I do it all the time. If I like I tell people all the time, if I'm morally against something, and I'm not talking politically. If you vote for a president, I don't vote for the president, whatever. I don't give. That's political. I don't give a shit about that. I mean morally. Like if you're against something, you need to stand for it at all times. Like, oh yeah, my mom's a racist. Get the fuck on from her. Move away from your mom. Like move away from your racist mom. Get away from that situation because that's not something you believe in. I wouldn't be hanging out with my mom if she was a racist. And now obviously I might have the ability to do that. Now, and if she was a racist, I would correct her every time when she say something stupid. Nah, you're dumb. That's not true. But that's too much to ask because your parents are racist and you doing your part by not being racist. I guess. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? The real plights that exist. It's just crazy times. But I would say I want people to continue to expose people. I hate that people get to hide. That's one thing I hate about the internet. People get to hide. People get to hide in anonymity, and it's like it's crazy. Like they're like, oh, that you can say whatever you want on the internet, and nobody can't do nothing to you for the most part. That's why I'm loving all these racist people getting exposed. You see what happened with Drew Brees. I'm not saying Drew Brees is a racist. I really don't give a shit if he is, personally and honestly. But he's tone deaf to the point where he's like, anybody that knelt for the flag, I will never respect him. Like, to me, like, I'm not trying to pile on him because I think white people are scared to speak at this point. And I think you're scared to speak because you're going to say something that you truly feel that is probably wrong. And every other white person that is speaking, that's saying what they truly feel that's not wrong, they're probably happy right now. They're like, shit, I'm on y'all side, like, and I'm speaking about it. And the people that's not are quiet. We're watching people that are quiet. I got friends too. I'm watching them. I
got a message from I don't even know this person, but she sent me a message of appreciation. I liked it. That was cool. Not a lot of people do that shit.
Yeah. Definitely. Friend of mine reached out to me. She's of obviously a different race, and she's reached out, touch bases. I ain't talked to her in a minute. But she's thinking about me. And it means a lot. It's just I'm just saying in the context is I recommend you not to be silent. And I'm not saying you need to go to a black person and beg for forgiveness. No, but your silence is from now on is going to be considered you being complicit. To me, like that's how I'm gonna look at it. Your silence is complicit. Like you agree what's going on, and you can't be quiet. I'm always been. It either is or ain't. I ain't trying to be grammatically correct. I'm being very clear. Like you either are or you're not. Like you either with us or you're against us.
You gotta pick a side.
Gotta pick a side. And I've always been like that. I don't play the middle. Like I ain't trying to be friends with this person. This person, like, nah, I tell y'all straight up. We got issue. That's up to y'all. I don't have an issue with you. I don't have an issue with you. Y'all not about to bring me in the middle. Y'all could duke it out, whatever y'all got to do. But I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not playing the middle. I would pick a side. And so be wary of the people that are in silence. Y'all been silent for way too long. And listen, y'all don't have to have a solution. And we know probably a lot of y'all don't want a solution or never thought of a solution because you never thought this was a problem. When we tell you, like, when we tell y'all things like, yo, when I tell people like, yeah, I really grew up in the projects. They go, I mean, we know you grew up in the projects, but you're not really from the project. Like, you know what I mean? That's how they talk. That's crazy. But because, yeah.
Like there's another part to the projects? Like outside of the projects?
Yeah, I literally deal with that all the time. I literally deal with it all the time. So, it just goes to show you their exposure. You just don't have exposure to something different. But and what was another thing I wanted to touch on as far as some of the changes that would be good. But I was gonna say, like, could you imagine if the Supreme Court was all black? How many people do you think right now, if they said, look, we're going to make a dramatic change in America? We've had enough years with the Supreme Court being all white. We've had enough of it. We gonna make a change. We're gonna put the majority of people on there as black people. The world would freak out. Because a lot of times what people don't understand, when we say we're victims, we've been attacked, everybody knows the majority always wins. If not, they change the game. You know what I mean? Every time we overcome something, they switch the game up on us. Every time we go, this is what we need to do. So we need to save up this X amount of money to buy this house. They switch the game up. Can't buy in this neighborhood. They switch the game every time. We play y'all game every time. And then we get good at y'all game every time. And y'all switch it up on us. That's what it is. So I think people just see it's getting to a boiling point. And like I said, a lot of these young people say, a lot of these older people say young people don't have no heart. Y'all see, we got a whole lot of heart right now. A lot of the older people say, these young kids, they soft now. Y'all see, we ain't as soft as you think. You know what I mean? No, we're just different. We're just different. The reason what's going on right now is because the information crazy.
So much information.
Information crazy. We're not dumb anymore. I mean, not far as as far as the ignorance of not having the information to go off. We see how people treat me. When people this is how I'm treated, and then it's recorded, oh wow, damn, it's real. So it's just it's a crazy time right now, but it is what it is.
It's much needed.
Yeah.
One phrase I've seen is how can a man be afraid to go to hell when he live in hell? It's very deep.
Yeah.
Most people standing on that right now.
Yeah. And it's crazy because most people think we've been exaggerating all this time. Y'all, that ain't real. Y'all, the reason we're mad because it took for his death on camera for y'all to see. Be like, oh damn, y'all wasn't lying? No.
First though, Minneapolis police, they done killed 194 people. They're responsible for 194 deaths of black men.
Yeah.
Nothing new.
Walter Scott. You saw him get shot in the back and an officer lied on the police report. They always lie on the police report. I don't know why y'all think we lying. And then when we get the footage, pretty much exactly what we said happened.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But it's just all you have to do is make a drastic change in legislation. It sucked that it takes legislation to make real change. But I'll tell you this, this is what I wanted to just say briefly before we wrap this up. I never knew that back in the day when you voted, you had to make your vote known. And the KKK would show up to your door because you voted. And they would see who you voted for.
Oh, public record, yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea that happened. So I want to say this to everybody who don't believe that they vote don't matter. Your vote clearly matters. Clearly, your vote matters. They ain't show up to your door for no reason. So your vote matters. I would like, I feel like I'm going on a tangent, but anyway, I do. I try to stay on topic, but it'd be a lot of emotions, and I try to be as logical as I can be and remove emotions from a lot of my thoughts as best I can. But sometimes emotions are important, so I don't want to go too far where I'm emotionless. But I just think we have to change the two-party political system. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. It's the same as segregation. It's just as divisive. You have to run on your own principles and morals. It's no longer I commit to this party. And then, and if that's the case, like some of the people that was running for president, I think Bernie and Biden was talking about it. No more. They was talking about you couldn't take public money or something like that, or you couldn't take a lot of these big time corporation money, or they had to be known, or they had to publicize something of that nature. It had to be regulated. Something like that had to be regulated. They couldn't use none of their super PACs, but it needs to be regulated. I just think we need to get rid of the two-party system. You have to run on your own merit. If America is not as divided as people want to say that we not, then we don't need party systems. That individual runs on their own political background. Why hasn't an independent won? It should tell you, if an independent don't win, those two parties are too strong. So in America, we have a capitalistic structure, meaning that it's a free marketplace for private entities to create businesses in order to compete. So when Uber come out, Lyft can come out and say, hey, let's compete. And then if another company can come out, compete with Uber and Lyft, and say, we'll charge less prices to these customers. It's supposed to control the competitive balance. And in my like, I'm a broke capitalist. That's why I like to tell people I'm a broke capitalist. Yeah, I think that structure is accurate, and we also need to implement that in the political parties where you can't run as these two big organizations. Like, I just think it sounds like I'm probably contradicting myself, but my point is, I just want the parties removed. I don't want people to be able to, if the Democrat or Republican always goddamn win every time, something's wrong. That means those parties are too powerful. Too powerful. We need to remove them, and people have to run on their own independent merit, and then people have to influence. And I want to get rid of the electoral college. And if every vote gonna matter, it needs to be the popular vote. I don't care. We need to go back to the popular vote. That's my personal opinion.
Facts.
That's my personal opinion on as far as the political parties and things like that. But one of the senators was pepper spray in New York. I think it was in New York. Pepper spray by his own officers.
Which they also cutting the budget into 100 million to 150 million. They're cutting the budget to the NYPD.
I'm gonna be honest. To me, I'm not attacking officers. I'm attacking the system which allows officers that are rogue and be murderers to not have no justice. So let me be clear before we wrap this up. I know I said that a couple times. I want to just briefly touch on this. Black on black crime is real. It is a problem. But let me explain the difference of why we're not protesting, revolting in the streets. All right, pay attention. I really want you to listen to this part. The reason we're not revolting and protesting in the streets when a black person kills another black person is because the other black person normally go to jail. They're usually convicted. They do 50 years in prison. So there is justice involved. Is it wrong? Absolutely. Do we want it to stop? Absolutely. But the system is in place. You kill somebody, you go to jail. These officers are murdering people and getting away with it. That is the main issue. Understand the difference. Black on black crime is bad. It is wrong. Just like white on white crime, Asian on Asian crime is wrong. But they go to jail. If I go shoot another gang member, I go to jail most of the time. Let's just say for whatever it is, I go to jail and I have to do time for it. These officers are legally authorized to kill people. That's how we're provoked. I'm not overreacting. If every life matters, every single life, any one death at the hands of an officer is too many. Remember that. Any one death at the hands of an officer is too many. There's no collateral damage. So I don't want to hear, but it's only one person that happen every once a year. I don't care. If that one person is your child, you won't feel that way. You won't say, I'm willing to sacrifice my one child for the collective of everybody else. You wouldn't say that. So that's what I mean by that. Like, that one person dying unlawfully at the hands of an officer is too many. So execute them the highest extent of the law. Like, they got to go. Like, and it shouldn't take that long. Listen, every time, like, for instance, I'll give you an example. A crime happened, right? Let's say, well, I'm going to use this word Pookie just for fun. Pookie robbed a diamond store, right? He on camera. Pookie run up on the camera with the diamonds in the hand. He run out, right? We see that as a juror, convicted. We don't ask, well, we need to get more evidence. We need to see what else happened. We don't say that. Officer murdered somebody on camera. They always say, well, Y'all didn't see what happened before the video got recorded. Really? So the video ain't enough now for y'all? Pay attention. Pay attention, man. Y'all see what's going on. But I would say to people that don't be silent. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. And like I said, I'm not gonna say everything exactly how I want to say it. This is not scripted, so it's not everything gonna come out my head perfectly. I don't want it to be scripted because then, you know what I'm saying, it's not genuine, you know. But and I'm not opposed to somebody, you know, telling me, hey, what you said right here is wrong, or this is that. You ain't thinking about it like this, because I may not know. I may not know something, so I'm perfectly fine with being educated. But I'm not gonna just act like, you know, since my life is cool, I ain't worried about nobody else. That's where a lot of the issue is. The issue with the protests that people have is it's impacting their life. Oh, I can't get to work. They shut the bridge down. I understand what they're going through. I understand they need process and stuff, but this isn't the way. If anybody ever, and let me be very clear, I'm talking to you. If anybody ever can tell somebody what the right way to protest is, please tell us. Tell us what we have to protest, the right way to protest that will make the change that we want to happen. All you gotta do is tell us. I promise you. If you like, if you protest this particular way, this will get you the goal you're trying to achieve. I bet you we do it. A lot of you people just don't want people to protest because it inconveniences your life. That's what a protest is supposed to do. I don't care that they're burning down buildings. I don't care. And I don't care if you're a business owner. You don't own a business. Well, if human life isn't more important than your business, then you're not American. You don't hold these American beliefs that you know that we stand for supposedly.
Well, Target said they don't care. They rebuild. They got enough money to rebuild.
It ain't even about like they whoever is in charge of them was just clearly intelligent as far as thinking. Like they knew where it was going to go. So when a lot of these companies do these advertising and they say, "Oh, our bad, we're reviewing into why this racist commercial came up," y'all did that shit on purpose. Yeah, don't nobody come into work. Like, let me give you an example. Don't nobody work at Google come into work and go, "All right, we're shooting this commercial. Go ahead and release it." No, let me see that commercial. We have a process before that commercial is released. We have a process before everything is released to the public. So don't tell us, "Oh, yeah, we don't know how that got released. Some rogue employee must have just released that commercial." No, we don't believe you. You're a liar. So, you know what I'm saying? But I'm done ranting. I said, for the most part, what I need to say. And please, people, do not fixate on one individual perspective and say, well, because he said he wanted all black people to be on the Supreme Court, everything he says is null and void. Like, we can't take him serious. I'm just saying, my perspective, hypothetically, if that happened, do you think that the inverse of people will be okay with it? If America is as equal as people say that it should be or is, and we're over-complaining, all black Supreme Court people should be fine, right? People like, nah. That would make people uncomfortable. Why?
Well, you gotta let the people know where you get your information from, who you looking at, who you watching. Let the people know. Where are you looking at? Who are you looking to? Who are you getting your information from? Who are you collecting it from? The people that you look at.
Yeah. But yeah. So that's all I got to say about it, man. Anything else you want to touch on before we get out of here?
No, I asked a question. I just wanted to know where you get your information from, so people can know who you looking at, so they can look at them.
Oh, okay. You was asking that question to me. Yeah. Okay, cool. I literally thought you was like asking people like, where y'all getting your information?
I'm asking them too, but I'm letting you know that I'm asking you too, so you can let them know.
Oh yeah, got you. I literally get my information from a lot of people. So I'm a big fan of Killer Mike. Love Killer Mike. Great perspective. I like Candace Owens too. I'm not saying that I agree with every perspective people have, but I like to hear perspectives that I might not always agree with, because they may have another way of explaining to me where I go, I didn't think about it like that. You know, that makes sense. And I'm not opposed to like Republicans, Democrats, people that run. I listen to it all. I'm listening to Joe Biden speak. I'm listening to the president speak. Everybody, right now, when they're talking about this unemployment, I research anything and everything. I'm pretty much, I go back and watch old movies. I go back and watch protesting that happened in the 60s, leaders that speak, Dick Gregory. I love Dick Gregory.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Dick Gregory. My son, I'm not saying I listen to everything they say in totality and go, yeah, what they say is law. No, but the information, like, okay, understand you. I listen to what everybody has to say, and I make an informed decision based on what I think is right or wrong, and multiple perspectives. But definitely, I listen to people around me, regular people around me, because those are the people that are impacted. People I work with, friends, stuff like that. I listen to them. Okay, tell me what you think about this. Politicians. I'm listening to Cory Booker recently. I'm listening to what he's speaking about. Now I'm gonna be perfectly candid. I don't like politicians. I don't like them at all. I'm not a fan of them at all. I think 90% of them are corrupt. I don't think they started out as corrupt. I think they become a cog inside the freaking collective. So I'm not a fan of them. But I still listen because I could be ignorant to some things and they might can enlighten me. So like I said, I'm listening. I love Shannon Sharp. Oh my, Shannon Sharp, that's my guy. And he's not a politician, but he has real life experience, and I don't just like him because he agreed with me. People that don't agree with me, like I was listening to the Breakfast Club. I think Rush Limbaugh, or however you say his name. I think his interview, went kind of south because they didn't really let him speak the way he wanted to speak and whatnot. But I think everybody should be heard. I think you should listen to everybody, and it don't take a genius to find out what racism is, prejudice is, white supremacy is. All that is, you can figure that out and make your own informed decision. But I think just because it don't impact you and you ignoring it, eventually it's going to impact you. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to impact you eventually. But yeah, so another guy, I can't remember his name right now. But boy, I like, what is his goddamn name?
Rebuild so man.
You said what?
Rebuild.
Oh yeah, that's his name. Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro. I love listening to him speak. I think he's brilliant. I'm not saying I agree with everything he say, but I do think he's brilliant. He has a nice control of his emotional intelligence. Same as I think about Candace Owens. She has a strong hold of her emotional intelligence, which allow her to convey her viewpoint not so emotionally. Same thing I think with Ben Shapiro. There's another guy.
Candace Owens actually quit the Real a couple days ago. She didn't renew her contract.
Who?
Candace Owens. I think she was with the Real.
Oh yeah, no. That's no. That's not Candace Owens. That's the other lady. I know what you're talking about. It's another lady. Yeah, like she didn't review her contract. That's not Candace Owens. And then there's this guy named Steven Crowder. He's technically a Canadian, but he's American. He's a conservative.
Canadians.
I listen to him because I think he has a nice perspective. And I just don't like to listen to people that go always agree with my viewpoint because I think that's ignorance. If all you do is deal with people that make you feel comfortable, you will be ignorant to the plight of other people that you say you genuinely care about. So, I mean, it's tons of people that I listen to, but those are just the random people that came to my head off the top. But yeah, I'm gonna listen to everybody. I love Malcolm X. I love Martin. I'm gonna listen.
I think we all on the Malcolm X thing right now. I think that's where it needs to go.
I'm not saying where it need to go, this, that, but I'm not opposed to nothing either. It is what it is. I just think
they want to strategize, go listen to Killer Mike. I fuck with Derek Grace. I fuck with him. Rather polite. And if you just want a good read, I fuck with most of the books I fuck with. Come to read it is Dr. Clyde Anderson.
Yeah, Clyde Anderson.
Secrets of America can teach you a lot if you don't know a lot.
Powernomics, yeah. He's dope. He's dope. I like him a lot.
Mm.
D.L. Hewley doing his thing right now too.
Love his podcast too.
Yeah, D.L. do his thing. D.L. do his thing. Man. But yeah, I mean, I tell people I'm willing to listen to anybody. I've always been like that. I'm literally willing to listen to a bum that stopped me in the middle of the street. I think everybody has a perspective. I'm not saying you need to go out and execute what they told you, but I think everybody got a perspective. So I always have my ears open. I don't never really cut nobody off and say y'all can't speak. But yeah. But it is what it is, man. Speak the Truth podcast, sign it out, man. Make a change, use your platform.